where police continue a search for the body of a missing Marisil man who suspectedly drowned after a kayaking tragedy. UWP Stephen Favrier accuses Castries North MP Stevenson King of betraying Lackberry residents over a CDC land transfer to a private developer. And the Prime Minister Pierre defends a $3 million investment to equip police officers with bulletproof vests amid opposition critics.
This is the Hot 7 Night News.
Bonsoir, aujourd'hui à mercredi, le 8 octobre 2025. Non, moi c'est Daniela Edwin. Bienvenue pour nouvelle la nuit station Hot 7. Qui vous suivre nous sur le channel 117, station Hot FM et puis Kiss FM. À l'app mobile Caribbean Hot FM, page Facebook Caribbean Hot 7 TV. Aussi à la YouTube Caribbean Hot 7 TV. Pas oublier c'est mon nom qui a servi antenne plug and play Hot 7. Merci pour que je Pino. The government of St. Lucia has launched a new nationwide road safety campaign aimed at protecting every road user. The initiative, officially unveiled, emphasizes socially inclusive and gender-responsive approaches to raise awareness about responsible driving and pedestrian safety.
In a joint effort with the United Kingdom and the Caribbean Development Bank, the government of St. Lucia officially launched a socially inclusive and gender-responsive road safety public awareness campaign on October 8th. The initiative aims to heighten awareness of both driver and pedestrian safety, emphasizing inclusive practices to protect all road users across the island.
Here is the fundamental truth. Building better roads without addressing road user behavior is building half a solution. This road safety campaign was never an afterthought. From inception, it was recognized as integral to project success, as essential as concrete we pour and the asphalt we lay. We can engineer the best road surfaces, the most resilient bridges, but if drivers travel at high speeds, if pedestrians ignore crossings, if passengers do not buckle up, if motorcyclists do not wear helmets, we will still attend too many funerals.
The road safety campaign has spotlighted individuals as champions in a bid to raise public awareness about responsible driving. Olympic gold medalist and road safety champion Julian Alfred expressed pride in lending her voice to the initiative, describing it as a formidable cause aimed at keeping St. Lucian roads safe for all.
The reality is that speeding is the biggest cause of death and serious injury on the roads worldwide, and we feel and see an impact too often in St. Lucia, where we are losing too many young people to road fatalities. Young drivers and males in particular have a higher tendency to speed, and I'm talking about the age 18 to 35 demographic. Sadly, our highways are decorated with the RIP portraits of so many victims of high-speed crashes. This is why our young men are the priority target group for this campaign. As a road safety champion, let me appeal to drivers, particularly to our young people, to exercise greater caution on the roads, and importantly, please slow down, because slowing down saves lives.
Senior Minister and Minister of Transport Stevenson King launched the nationwide road safety campaign, highlighting the alarming toll of traffic accidents on young citizens. Speaking at the opening, King stressed that the initiative marks a crucial first step towards safer roads and a reduction in road-related fatalities.
In the years 2002 and 2015, some 352 fatal crashes occurred. 271 male victims, 81 female victims. Young men 18 to 35 disproportionately represented. Behind every number is a son, a father, a brother, a friend gone too soon. Road crashes remain a leading cause of death for St. Lucia, aged 15 to 49, our most productive demographic.
The campaign set to roll out across all media platforms and through scheduled school visits urges the public to embrace safer driving habits under the catchy motto, "Don't be a fool, road safety is cool." For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bison reporting.
Police have launched an ongoing search for a young man who went missing after a kayaking trip ended in tragedy off Marisol Beach on Tuesday afternoon. Jasmine Duncan has this report.
Police are continuing their search for 20-year-old Ajani Hippolyte of Marisol Grosley, who is believed to have drowned off Marisol Beach on Tuesday afternoon. According to reports, around 4:50 p.m. on October 7, 2025, officers from the Rodney Bay Police Station responded to a distress call after a kayaking trip turned tragic. Preliminary investigations revealed that a group of 4 people had been kayaking when their vessel began taking on water and eventually overturned. While 3 members of the group managed to swim safely back to shore, Hippolyte reportedly experienced difficulty staying afloat despite attempts by his friends to rescue him. The Marine unit immediately launched an extensive search that continued into Wednesday, October 8th. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force has extended condolences to the family and friends of the deceased as investigations into the incident continue. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
The office of the Prime Minister is pushing back against criticism from opposition candidate and former police officer Calix Xavier, asserting that the government has made unprecedented investments in police safety, including an over $3 million program to equip every officer with their own bulletproof vest.
The office of the Prime Minister has been strategically debunking opposition claims via social media posts, with the latest lauding what it calls a historic investment in the protection of law enforcement officers. This follows criticism from former police officer and United Workers' Party candidate for Vieux-Fort North, Calix Xavier, who questioned the government's commitment to equipping officers with bulletproof vests. In the post, the office of the Prime Minister said the government of St. Lucia has invested millions towards the purchase of ballistic vests.
Between 2021 and month before last, we spent over $3 million on ballistic vests.
The initiative, the statement added, fulfills a key commitment made under the collective bargaining agreement signed in September 2025 with the Police Welfare Association to deliver these vests within 6 months. According to the release, the distribution and fitting of the new vests have already begun across the island, with the final shipment expected soon due to global supply chain delays. This, according to the Post and Prime Minister Pierre, ensures that every police officer will be issued personal protective gear, ending an outdated and unsafe practice of officers sharing vests.
Between 2016 and 2021, $351,000 was spent to buy ballistic vests for the police. Part of the argument that the police said is that they had to exchange ballistic vests, and one man had to use it and share it with someone else. That was the discussion at the time, that we had to share it.
Xavier, however, has argued that the initiative was not a government-led effort but a proposal from the Police Welfare Association, which he said agreed to forego an increase in risk allowance to fund the purchase of vests. He also claimed that officers continue to share vests, raising concerns about hygiene and safety conditions. The government's response, however, insists that the procurement and rollout of the vest represent a deliberate, well-funded policy decision, underscoring its broader commitment to improving working conditions and morale within the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Jasmine Duncan.
United Workers' Party candidate for Castries North, Stephen Favrier, is calling on MP Stephenson King to come clean with residents over what he describes as a betrayal of the people of Laclery. Favrier's comments follow King's confirmation that the lands once occupied by the Laclery CDC estate are being disposed of to a foreign investor.
Stephen Favrier, UWP candidate for Castries North, has called for clarification from Castries North MP Stevenson King in line of what he dubs a betrayal of the people. This comes following an interview in which King revealed that plans were advancing to transform the former Leclerc CDC site into a town center.
We have planned for Leclerc is a town center. We have been looking for investors for a while now. However, the Prime Minister and myself attended an African-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum in Grenada a few months ago. And we were very successful in meeting an African investor who is a shareholder with the Afri-Exim Bank. And we have discussed with him the idea of investing in that town center.
The UWP candidate says the disclosure has left residents of the community feeling blindsided, especially those who were displaced after the demolition of the CDC estate in 2018, many of whom still await permanent housing, a promise made in line of future development for the area.
In 2008, this estate was demolished, and the people were promised at the time that this area would be redeveloped and affordable housing would be created for their use and enjoyment. Till now, nothing was done. We learned on Friday, the 3rd of October, for the first time, that the area representative, Stevenson King, had agreed with an investor affiliated with the African Import-Exim Bank to construct a town center with condominiums and hotels and some sports amenities, but no talk about the affordable housing which the long-time residents have been waiting for. Many people who were displaced are still without long-term proper accommodation and have been waiting for some time to ensure that they can benefit again from an area which they're familiar with, they've contributed to, and they're connected with.
When asked whether he may have been jumping the gun on the heels of the minister's revelation, Fevrier reminded that the area was once promised for medium-density housing, commercial spaces, and sporting facilities, not luxury developments.
If you are going to act as a delegate with delegated authority to speak on behalf of the constituency, behalf of the Leclerc people, speak with them, bring them in your confidence, see what advice they could give you, consult with them. They also have a stake. There are people who are earning an income here. There are people who are connected. There are former residents. Again, people who were displaced by fire, the descendants, again, have been displaced. Those people, those descendants of those who originally settled here in 1948, again, they're homeless again. Some of them are still looking for accommodation. They were hoping that the promises made in 2009 and 2018 that affordable housing would be provided in the redevelopment, those hopes are now dashed.
Fevrier insists that development must serve people first, not private interests, and says he will continue pressing for transparency and accountability on behalf of Leclerc's displaced families, vendors, and youth groups. Efforts to reach Minister Stevenson King for comment on the proposed land transfer were unsuccessful up to this time. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
Novella Kai continue Italia PSLP candidate John Paul Estefan pledges integrity and inclusion in service to Babonneau, and SLASPA takes action to ease shipping delays and improve efficiency at Port Castries. Weste Pinu Nukawitine Tutale Pipide Taya to Sewa Posa Eklizot.
Gas stations, aeroplanes, POSL makes it easy, let's go. to your life anywhere, anytime with your BOSL Visa credit card. Spend your life living. BOSL's got you. Live your life your way. It's your life, it's what you do.
If I would have known that you wouldn't be here anymore, I would have made the moments last a little longer. 'Cause now I'm alone, and you're just a memory in my mind. I would have given anything to say goodbye. My big bro, the general. Jay. 21 gun salute, I'll see you soon on the other side. If I would have known, if I would have known, I'd have broke parole and come home sooner. If I would have known.
Turn your dreams into reality by winning the Super 6 jackpot of $260,000. It's only possible by getting your tickets today.
The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council observes Productivity Awareness Week, October 7th to 10th, 2025. 4 days of innovation, research and collaboration, all aimed at driving national productivity. This year's theme, Navigating Through Disruption, Resilience, the Engine of Productivity. The week starts off on Tuesday, October 7th at 9:30 a.m. with a vibrant Creole-themed official launch. Then at 2 p.m., the St. Lucia Employers Federation and the Department of Economic Development present Anu Diskite, a panel discussion titled Paving the Way, Road Communication Challenges and Their Impact on St. Lucia's Productivity. On Wednesday, October 8th at 10 a.m., students of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College engage in a lively debate proposing and opposing the topic. St. Lucia's long-term development is tied to U.S. hegemonic power, and maintaining those ties should be our primary focus. Then at 2 p.m., the Ministry of External Affairs will present an insightful, interactive discussion entitled Redefining St. Lucia's Foreign Policy, Pursuing Greater South-South Cooperation. Thursday, October 9th at 9 a.m., the Research and Policy Unit in the Department of Finance hosts a research symposium entitled Foundations of Growth, exploring the roles of finance, infrastructure, and trade. Culminating the week of activities on Friday, October 10th at 10 a.m., the Office of the Prime Minister, in collaboration with the Ministry of the Public Service, leads a thought-provoking discussion entitled Raising the Bar, Reimagining Customer Service for a More Productive Public Sector. All events take place at the Finance Administrative Center in Point Seraphin and will be streamed live on the St. Lucia NCPC Facebook and YouTube pages and broadcast on NTN. Productivity Awareness Week 2025, Navigating Through Disruption, Resilience, the Engine of Productivity.
EasyDeck is a one-way spanning slab system that makes life easy for the contractor because it eliminates a lot of the needs for propping and formwork and the stuff required to keep the construction level and true. There is no deficiency as far as earthquake and wind as far as EasyDeck is concerned because EasyDeck is a slab system.
EasyDeck was easy and affordable and it lived up to its name. When he gave me the cost for that EasyDeck, and I compared the cost and buying the material and installing it, I see the EasyDeck would be cheaper and easier for me.
Join us every Thursday from September 4th on Hot 7 from 9:30am to 10:30am. Don't miss this great opportunity to make life-benefiting changes to preparing meals.
Now you can take Hot FM, Kiss FM, and Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe, our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best in HD sound, we've relaunched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected. This is the Hot 7 Night News.
Merci beaucoup, Pindu. John Paul Estefan, the St. Lucia Labour Party's endorsed candidate for Babonneau, has shared his personal journey into politics, praising the SLP while vowing to serve the people of Babonneau with integrity and inclusiveness.
On the latest episode of Chill Chat with Mondi Lewis, St. Lucia Labour Party endorsed candidate for Babonneau, John Paul Estefan, delivered a heartfelt endorsement of the party's values, describing it as a beacon of unity and compassion. Reflecting on his experience joining the SLP, Estefan noted that it quickly became clear to him that this is a party anyone can trust, no matter where one comes from or what their background may be.
The St. Lucia Labour Party does not look at your background. They look at the person you are, your character, what you bring to the table. They appreciate talent and give people the opportunity, and that is what they have been doing for St. Lucians over the years. And the path that we are on in terms of where the government of St. Lucia has taken us, I think it bodes well for the people of St. Lucia in terms of the progress that we can make going forward.
Estefan says he has been well received by the party.
The reception in Babonneau is excellent. Like I said, I grew up in Babonneau. A lot of people in Babonneau, especially the young people, they would know me as someone who organized sporting events. So I would have organized cricket and football. I served in the Babonneau Youth and Sports Council for a number of years. Initially, I was the treasurer, and then I served as first vice president between 2001 to 2006. I spent these 5 years in the Babonneau Youth and Sports Council, and I would have helped the community, especially the borough, serve on the cricket team, the football team. In fact, I captained the football team and the cricket team.
He went on to reveal that he had once considered throwing his hat into the political ring as a candidate for the United Workers' Party in the same constituency, but ultimately never completed the application process.
You may have heard of, or you would have seen evidence of me being interested in running elections for the United Workers' Party. That was out of a need to serve the people of Babonneau. But I would have changed course because, number one, at the local level, the leadership, even at the branch level for Babonneau, was not inspiring. So when we talk about issues like accountability, that left a lot to be desired, okay? And if you go even at the national level, I don't have any confidence in the leadership of the United Workers' Party.
Estefan has pledged to listen attentively to the voices of Babonneau residents and work alongside them to shape a stronger, more effective future for the constituency. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
The St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority's LASPA is moving to address ongoing congestion and logistics pressures affecting operations at Port Castries, citing both regional and global challenges impacting the flow of trade and cargo movement.
According to Samara Gabriel Howell, Seaport Logistic Manager at SLASPA, Recent difficulties in the international logistics chain have been worsened locally by large volumes of empty containers occupying space at the port.
Over the past few months, SLASPA has been experiencing some serious congestion, and that was primarily due to empties not being evacuated as we would have expected. Vessels would come in, discharge full containers, and of course these full containers go into the business community. They return to the port to be loaded onto vessels. You have a ratio of, let's say, 150 units being discharged, and you would expect that the same quantity or more would be loaded onto the vessel. But over the past few months, that has not been happening.
These bottlenecks, she says, have led to delays and wider implications for businesses and consumers across St. Lucia.
And that is primarily due to congestion not only in St. Lucia but throughout the region. Based on discussions with the vessel agents, they informed us that the areas that they would evacuate these empties to, the discharge ports, some of them in Dominican Republic, these ports too have been congested. So as a result, they were not able to evacuate the empties as planned and as we expected to.
Howell affirmed plans to ease congestion, noting that the agency has been in dialogue with several stakeholders.
So we've been meeting with the trucking community, the vessel agents, the Chamber of Commerce, the different, our employees, the employees are the most important factor in all of this. We've had various engagements just to come up with ideas as to how we would deal with the congestion. And we concluded with reorganizing the container parks. Over the weekend, we undertook an exercise with our equipment operators, our operations clerks. Our deputy general manager was also present, and support from the engineering team, the port police. We undertook a full reorganization of our container stacks.
Senior crane operator Noel Gaspard added that the weekend's reorganization has improved stacking and logistics and is expected to make daily operations much smoother.
It was a huge undertaking. We had quite a number of containers that were all mixed up, the different agents. With the support of management, they gave us the go-ahead to reorganize the stack over the weekend so we can put the various agents in various locations. And I must say we were able to achieve that goal. And going forward with the agents coming in to discharge, it will make it much easier for us to load the empties, because we will not have to be searching or moving containers to get to theirs. So they have a stack designated to them. So we go straight to that stack and take it to the vessel. So it will make everything much easier.
The authority has also announced the implementation of new traffic management enhancements within the container yard and reviewing internal operational procedures to improve turnaround times and overall logistics performance. SLASPA reaffirmed its commitment to working closely with shipping lines, importers, and other stakeholders to find lasting solutions that improve efficiency at the port while maintaining the island's competitiveness in global trade. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
United Workers' Party First Deputy Leader Guy Joseph is hailing Grosley candidate Marcella Johnson as a symbol of courage and compassion. This after Johnson and her team sprang into action during a fiery emergency, saving lives in the midst of a camping motorcade. Now Joseph is calling on St. Lucians to rise above division and reject the politics of hate.
At Tuesday's United Workers' Party press conference, First Deputy Leader Guy Joseph delivered a stirring tribute to Grosley candidate Marcella Johnson, praising her for her remarkable act of courage and compassion. Just a day prior, while leading a motorcade through the constituency, Johnson and her campaign team encountered a building engulfed in flames. Without hesitation, they rushed to the scene, assisting the affected family and helping bring them to safety. Joseph lauded the swift response, describing it as a powerful demonstration of Johnson's bravery and unwavering commitment to the community.
I want to say this is the true spirit of St. Lucians. That when one is in trouble, people step in and assist in the best way that they can. And I saw a lot of risk had to be taken, especially the young man who jumped inside when his bucket of water fell inside and jumped back out. But at the moment, they did what was necessary. And I have to compliment Mrs. Marcella Johnson for being proactive in the process and encouraging her team and doing her part.
Issued a passionate appeal to people of St. Lucia: reject the politics of division and resist the law of hate peddled by opportunistic politicians.
Now, St. Lucians, I'm saying this to us. We must stop allowing politicians to divide us and to cause hatred and negative publicity among the people of St. Lucia. You're free to support the political party you want. You're free to support the candidate of your choice. That is a right enshrined in the Constitution. But you see this hatred that is being spewed by politicians, we need to move away from that. We need to stand on matters of principle.
Guy Joseph urged constituents not to allow themselves to be overshadowed or silenced by external forces. Speaking with conviction, Joseph emphasized that the importance of resilience and personal agencies, calling on every individual to remain steadfast in their commitment to serving and uplifting their respective constituencies. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bise reporting.
Ukakute nouvelle la nuit station Hot 7, nous kawitune tout à l'heure.
I don't even know where to begin. I was referred to Dynamic Spine Center after seeing so many doctors, and it's been amazing. They treat you like a human being and actually care about me. I've never had a doctor's experience like that before. I actually look forward to going for my adjustments. This is just an overall wonderful place. Getting my spine free of subluxations, I understand it's essential for optimizing my health. My health is wealth and a choice. My chiropractor analyzes and detects, locates, and corrects my subluxations that led to my neck and lower back pain, chest pain, and indigestion and shortness of breath. Chiropractic adds years to life and life to years. Thank you guys at Dynamic Spine Center for everything you did to have me enjoying life again.
Dynamic Spine Center, a place to maximize nerve integrity for optimum health. Call 486-600-0000.
Hey everyone, come with me as I learn something I've always wanted to. The Cultural Development Foundation teamed up with the Republic of China on Taiwan to train us in building these massive mechanized carnival pieces. Just like our own mass camp traditions where people gather, share ideas, and build costumes late into the night, this was the same spirit. Artists from around the country participated. Those interested in community carnivals or the National Parade of the Bands were sitting side by side, swapping texts, laughing and learning. It felt like one big creative family making magic.
I mean, I'm watching some of the designs, the lantern, I see almost the same structure as our costume making. So learning something there will be a plus, especially the 3D characters you have there. As a plus, if I can learn to do that, well, yeah.
So you're excited?
I am excited, yeah. There's something I want to learn, so I'm going to be there.
So I think any technical attention that comes to the sector is welcome, and a gathering like this where you're actually trying to bridge the capacities of those who are in the craft, those who are sort of emerging, those who are learning, those who can teach, I think is great. What I want us to remember is that we also need to focus on the accessibility of the technology. So you can tell me that there's this wonderful technology out there, but we also have to have the means to access it.
I viewed this as an opportunity to broaden my skill set. The skills I've gained can be put towards DIY projects, home decor, and even small-scale builds. I'm excited about exploring opportunities where I will be able to contribute meaningfully, be it in a professional setting or to simply just continue experimenting with LED lighting, automation, and welding.
So I wanted to participate in the workshop because I'm part of a carnival band's team and I've also had interest in costume making and so on for quite some time. So that was the perfect opportunity for me to gain some skills and knowledge in that area. When it comes to how the workshop went and what I learned quite a bit in terms of the construction of the costumes as well as two new elements in terms of the lighting and the movement, because we did have motors attached to the costumes and so on. That's what they brought the facilitator from Taiwan for. So she was telling us about the different types of LED lights that we could use, how we can utilize them for programming and so on, as well as the motors to make the different parts of the costume move and so on.
Can you imagine where this could go? Think about it. Our folklore, Lajables, Sukuya, Majinwe, even Bolom, brought to life in mechanized displays that can move through our streets or sit proudly in theme parks and exhibitions. We could have cultural showcases that compete with the biggest festivals in the world, all driven by our stories, our history, our tradition, and our imagination. This is just the beginning of taking the form to the next level, and I cannot wait to see it happen.
The Ministry of Agriculture presents World Food Day under the distinguished patronage of the Honorable Alfred Prosper. Figlase Sanutut Sonutut Saut, Lakai IRDC grounds, Denry, on the 12th of October from 11 a.m. onwards. The Banana and Plantain Festival. Sa Pakai Normal. Eat what you grow up is food in Portville, Nutoho. Everything produced from bananas and plantain by agro-processors and students. Sit Lissy, that's the way to go. Lots of booths with delicious dishes. Lisha Duet, Palma Chesalani Entertainment Gala, Impulse Man, Umpa, Surbans, Ezra, Invader, Mofire, Wuletete, and lots more. Like I sit near Kids Zone. So children, you're not on your own. Eat fresh, St. Lucia's best.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Bienvenue au call. The Sir Arthur Lewis Community College has joined the global observance of World Mental Health Day under the theme Reach Out, Mental Wellness Through Crises, encouraging its community to support one another and prioritize emotional health.
As part of the observance of World Mental Health Day, the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College Counseling and Learning Support Unit launched 2 days of wellness-focused activities. Faculty, staff, and students are invited to wear green, the international color symbolizing mental health awareness.
Our goal this year is again to raise awareness of the importance of mental health, doing activities that foster mental well-being as well as physical well-being, and to participate in healthier ways of being.
A mindful minute booth and an affirmation wall featured in the day's proceeding, allowing students and visitors to campus alike could post positive messages of support and encouragement.
So this year we are focusing on bringing our affirmation wall to the college. Students will participate in engaging in writing and taking affirmations that can help them to engage in a more positive way with themselves. We will also be having the mindful minute booth in which they can take a break, literally for 60 seconds. That would just help them to reset a little bit and to ground themselves for the day. We are hoping that these activities can become a customary thing that they do as part of their wellness activities.
Over the years, the college has structured support systems through its counseling and learning support services, which help students managing stress, anxiety, and the academic pressures. One peer counselor spoke of the importance of these and other initiatives to her peers.
At LCC, we have the counseling unit where they have their email. You could email, they set up some appointments for you, so you come, you speak. And really and truly, I feel like that service, it really helps many students here, because a lot of us go through many things in life, and sometimes we just need someone to speak to. And also the affirmation wall and the booth, I think it would help students to just be aware that, like, you're not alone in your struggles. You have people who are there to help you. The messages that are put up, you pass by, you read something, and like it changes something in you. You remember that I'm here, I'm not alone. There are people here to help me, and I'll be okay. Things will all work out for me.
The institution's commitment to student welfare is evident in the existence of these units, given SALCC's role as the country's premier tertiary institution established in 1985 and serving thousands of students across its campuses. This mental health observance is critical to reinforcing holistic educational environments. The campaign this year is part of a broader push to integrate mental wellness into campus life and to encourage everyone in the SALCC community to reach out and look after each other. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
Teachers in Education District 8 are taking new steps to better support autistic students in their classrooms. Educators from Canneries and Soufriere attended a specialized workshop focused on practical strategies to meet the unique needs of every learner.
Educators from District 8, including Canneries and Soufriere, convened this week for a pivotal workshop aimed at enhancing support for autistic students. Under the banner Educating the Autistic Child with DOHPC, How Can I Help?, the session was led by District Education Officer Joel Shalmin, who sought to equip teachers with practical strategies to address the diverse learning needs of every child.
As many as 3 students with autistic spectrum disorder are in a class. The challenge is we are lost as to how we can assist these students to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. Oftentimes, the students are left behind because we have not learned how to inhabit the world and understand who they are, why they behave certain ways, and how best we can assist them. Our schools are reduced to daycare centers for these students, with teachers getting frustrated with dealing with the running tantrums, inability to sit, unable to participate in class, the screaming, panic, and unexpected outbursts.
Charmaine emphasized that teachers must be adaptable, equipped to meet diverse needs of students in a rapidly evolving classroom environment. The call comes as the new digital OECS Harmonized Primary Curriculum is set to be implemented, a program designed to promote inclusivity and ensure that all students, regardless of their circumstances, have access to a quality education.
Teachers, the tides have changed. Increasingly, teachers are required to be more versatile, to shed skin and transform in many ways to meet the needs of every child. Inclusivity, equity, and equality are the descriptors used these days to redefine education for all. All of us stand at the door, left slightly ajar, to enter into a great reform in education in St. Lucia.
Charmaine concluded the workshop with a call to action for educators, urging them to apply the lessons learned to recognize the unique strengths and autistic children and create opportunities for them to truly shine. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
In regional news, dozens are without electricity and many have been displaced after severe weather activity produced a rare tornado, which led to structural damage, blown off roofs, and flooding in parts of western Trinidad on Tuesday. The rare occurrence, much like the recent water spout in St. Lucia, has forced many to vacate their homes due to the severe damage.
Incidentally, I live, as you see, right opposite to the house behind me. Well, when the breeze started to blow, I came out in front here because I said, but where did this breeze come from? And I was able to see that whole roof just started. I think a lot of people may say, I think Almighty God was with me today. Because what I saw there is something that I wouldn't like to experience again. It was real frightening. You know what I mean? Real frightening.
Resident of West Moorings, MacArthur Marquez, described the moment he witnessed his neighbor's roof being blown off as a tornado ripped through the area just around midday. The incident forced many to vacate their homes due to the severe damage. Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin was on the ground visiting the victims.
Some houses, the entire roof was ripped off. Some houses were damaged from debris flying in the wind. Thankfully, we have not had any injuries to persons. So we will continue to visit. I am here with our disaster management team. Field officers will be doing assessments to determine in terms of the damages. We have damages to the infrastructure, but also damages to furniture, appliances.
Minister Amin confirmed that there was also damage to electricity infrastructures.
TNTEC initially shut off electricity in the entire area. They have now been able to isolate the affected streets, and electricity has been restored to the main. So even areas as far as Mount Coco and so on that were affected, electricity is now restored. What we are also doing is, together with the fire services, visiting each household to advise people if it's safe to turn on electricity. Because they lost their entire roof, some of them, the entire structure is soaked. So even if they want to turn on electricity to use a power washer, for example, or to close their gate, which might be electronic, it may not be advisable to do so.
She described the incident as traumatic.
We have met children who are at home, alone, elderly persons, an elderly 90-year-old woman. And so for most families, of course, it is a very traumatic experience. So we are here giving them that support.
Also at the scene was Senior Disaster Management Coordinator at the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government, Jerry David, who is urging residents to secure their properties.
So I want to remind the country, during these times, secure your roofs. Make sure that tree that is near the house, you trim that tree, because anytime there's high winds, It's going to break the branches are going to fall on the homes, and it's going to destroy the roof, and sometimes inadvertently people will be damaged.
Cherry Crescent, Roland Road, Westland Avenue, and St. Anthony's Drive are some of the areas affected. Daniel John, CTT News.
Il est là pour nous écouter la commission, mais nous retournons à point ce temps.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
At Caribbean Awning, we can protect your livelihood and assets against storms, hurricanes, and intruders with our shutters and roll-up steel doors. We firmly believe that everyone should have access to smarter, higher quality, and affordable security solutions. Caribbean Awning hurricane screens and shutters are Miami-Dade County approved to withstand storms, hurricane pressure, and winds. Our customizable estate gates, fencing, and burglar bars are an attractive and affordable security solution to safeguarding your loved ones and property. Living near sea blast, Caribbean Awning aluminum product line, railing, fencing, and gates are all manufactured from extruded aluminum, providing you with durable, rust-free protection. Our face recognition security system is a cutting-edge technological solution to improve your compound surveillance measures and gives you a peace of mind. Diamond in Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
If you are 12 months for us, time.
Present weather at Toronto Airport is cloudy with showers nearby. Present weather at George F.L. Childs is overcast with recent showers. Present temperature at Toronto Airport is 29 degrees Celsius or 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind at Toronto Airport is blowing from the northeast at 12 miles per hour or 19 kilometers per hour. Rainfall in the 24-hour period that ended at 8 p.m. today. At Toronto Airport, 3.6 millimeters. At George F.L. Childs Airport, 2.6 millimeters. Sunrise tomorrow, 5:53 a.m. Sunset tomorrow, 5:47 p.m. Forecast for St. Lucia Valley for the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from between the east near 17 miles per hour or 20 kilometers per hour. Weather mostly cloudy skies with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Marine forecast for seas in a 25-mile or 40 kilometers radius from St. Lucia. Tides for Castries Harbour, high at 4 p.m., low at 10:45 p.m. Tides for Vieux Bay, high at 5:07 p.m., low at 12:12 a.m. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet or 1.2 to 1.8 meters. Tropical weather outlook. Moist and unstable conditions will continue to cause some showers and isolated thunderstorms over the region during the forecast period. At 11 a.m. today, the center of Tropical Storm Jerry was located near latitude 14.9 north, longitude 52.7 west, or about 550 miles, 885 kilometers east of St. Lucia. Jerry is moving toward the west-northwest near 23 miles per hour or 37 kilometers per hour, and this general motion is expected to continue through early Thursday. A turn toward the northwest and then north at a slower forward speed is expected late Thursday into Saturday. On the forecast track, the center of Jerry is expected to pass near or to the northeast of the North and Leeward Islands late Thursday and Thursday night. Maximum sustained winds have increased to near 60 miles per hour or 95 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Gradual strengthening is forecast during the next few days, and Jerry could become a hurricane by the weekend. A tropical wave located over the eastern tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour.
Episane arrivé au bout nouvelle la nuit station Hot 7 pour aujourd'hui, mercredi le 8 octobre 2025. Pas oublier pour joindre et puis nous demain à midi pour l'autre rapport. Pour nous tout ici, qui travaille au département nouvelle, dans moi c'est Daniela Edwin, juste en le joindre pour un boss.
And now for our nightly Hot 7 Sports Classics feature.
Harris with the new Kookaburra. That's a beautiful delivery to start off with.
Loose in the air, but wide of the gully.
That is in the air, but in the gap.